Happy morning, children. I hope all are safe at home. We can move to the next chapter, that is chapter number 17, Yoga, Key to Good Health. It's just saying about yoga and its uses. Here we have the main character of the story, Nikhil, and he is describing or he is saying in detail to his uncle about yoga. So now let's move to the lesson. Nikhil is a boy who realizes that yoga is cool as it de-stresses, strengthens and energizes the body and mind. So here Nikhil as a boy, he just want to know in detail about yoga, and he is saying that yoga, when we do yoga, we ourselves become cool and it de-stresses, that means relax after a period of work. When we do yoga, we relax ourselves and body gets strength and also energizes. And also we can see that how a game of cricket transformed the lives of three teenagers who decided to follow the path shown by the one and only uncle called Rahul. So, how Rahul, uncle named Rahul, he is changing the life of three teenagers. Now, let's move to the lesson. You should practice yoga, Nikhil, said Uncle Rahul, as he positioned himself on his yoga mat to get rid of stress and gain some extra energy. So here Uncle Rahul is just saying that to Nikhil that he should practice yoga. Why he should practice yoga? He should get rid of stress and gain more energy or extra energy. So that Nikhil is asking in return, why me? I am neither old nor unhealthy, and I think this is not the time, neither the age to strive to become a yogi. So what is Nikhil's answer here? He is not old, he is not unhealthy. Then why it is necessary for him to become a yogi in this age? Strive. The meaning for strive is try very hard to achieve something. So why he should now at this young age try to become a yogi? I am sure that next you will ask me to live in the silent woods. Sorry, I'm not game for your tactics, Uncle Rahul. So now Nikhil is saying, again you will ask me to stay alone in a silent wood, but I'm not for you to play the game. With this, Nikhil pushed his earphones back to where they belonged and shook his head to the groovy music as he twirled, hopped and made his way to his room. So now when Uncle Rahul was instructing him to do yoga, he was just listening to music. He got angry himself and he's just pushing his earphones and he's just shaking his head and moving very fast to his room. In the last paragraph, we have seen that Nikhil was just listening to the music using his earphones. Okay, and he was just shaking his head and with great interest, he was just shaking his head and told, hoped and made his way to his room. Told means just moving by dancing. Hoped, jumping with one leg, and he's just taking his way to the room. Now there's a question given here. Do you really think that only old and unhealthy people should practice? Yes, should practice yoga. The answer may be no, because everybody can practice yoga. Uncle Rahul smiled patiently as he realized that this was not the right moment to talk to Nikhil. So Uncle Rahul is saying, now it's not the right time to talk to Rahul. He is not ready to listen to uncle. So uncle is thinking he need not talk now. He sat on his yoga mat. So who is here? He referred Uncle Rahul. Uncle Rahul is just sitting on his yoga mat, closed his eyes. He began with slow inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation means the action of taking breathe in. Breathing in is called as inhalation, and exhalation, breathing out. So he is sitting on the yoga mat and he started to practice inhalation and exhalation. Every inhalation energizes the body and every exhalation relaxes the body. When we breathe in, what happens is we get more energy. When we breathe out, what happens? The body is completely relaxed. For him, conscious practice of deep and slow inhalation and exhalation is the perfect way to begin the day. So every day morning, as soon as he wake up, he used to practice yoga, that is inhalation and exhalation, to have a good beginning for the day. As a software engineer, so who is software engineer? Uncle Rahul is a software engineer. He had to put in hours of hard work in office, and a healthy body and mind were intrinsic to focus on professional demand. Intrinsic means belonging to something. Here, since Uncle Rahul is a software engineer, he has to work a lot during daytime. That means his body as well as mind should be involved in his work, so that he has got lot of work during daytime. So that he is saying if the day begins with a yoga practice, that day is a good day, that he is getting more energy during those days. Next, he began with neck rotation. First, he started with the inhalation and exhalation. The next yoga practice is rotating the neck. First in clockwise direction. So, how is the clock moving? Clock is just moving in one direction. In such direction, the neck is just rotated. And then in anti-clockwise direction, that is in the reverse direction he started. First in clockwise direction and second anti-clockwise, that is in return in the other direction. This simple exercise helped him ease his tense muscles. So when he used this neck rotation practice, what happened is his comfort in his tense muscles. Tense muscles here is muscle tensions only is called as tense muscles. Further, he went on to rotate his fists, feet and knees. After rotating the neck, he started to rotate his feet, fists and knees. So everybody may be knowing fist. What is fist? The joint of the fingers. That's called as fist. Feet, knees, everybody may be knowing that. Okay. After this short warm-up, he was all set to do the Surya Namaskar or the sun salutation. After doing the rotation part, he just started with Surya Namaskar. Okay, that is, we say it as Surya Namaskaram. That's only called as Surya Namaskar. The other name for Surya Namaskar is sun salutation. So he first started his yoga practice with inhalation and exhalation. Then next with neck rotation, and the other one, the last one he is doing is Surya Namaskar. Next we can see how he is doing Surya Namaskar. Now we saw that Uncle Rahul, he just started to do Surya Namaskar. So Surya Namaskar is made up of 12 poses. That means 12 postures that are repeated twice. Actually 6 postures are there. When it is repeated, each posture when it is repeated twice, it becomes 12 poses. You can just look into the picture which is given in page number 118. There are 12 postures that is shown for the Surya Namaskar. Once for the left, once the Namaskar is, or the asana that is done to the left side, and then for the right side of the body. That means both the left side as well as right side of the body should be equally balanced. It is like a complete exercise regime as it helps the external as well as the internal organs to stay healthy. So here what is Uncle Rahul saying is, the left side as well as the right side of the body should be equally balanced, and it gives complete exercise to the regime. Regime means a rule or a system to stay healthy, and it gives internal organ as well as external organ to be healthy. The 12 poses consist of contracting and stretching of body muscles. Contracting means reduce, stretching extend or expand one's body. Forward bends, backward bends, holding the postures and total balancing of the body. When you look into the picture, you can see some exercises they are just bending forward, the other they are just bending backward, some they are just holding the complete body with the help of their hands. Then the body is also completely balanced to the toes as well as to the hands. Such type of exercises are just practiced for Surya Namaskar. After practicing Surya Namaskar, he is just moving for his work. On Sunday morning, Uncle Rahul met Nikhil. So, who is Nikhil here? The main character of the story, the boy Nikhil. So, Uncle Rahul is just meeting Nikhil one Sunday morning, who was preparing the cricket pitch on the community ground. What was Nikhil doing there? He was just preparing a cricket ground. He is ready to play cricket there. His friends arrived soon. Okay, so Nikhil as well as his friends came there to the community ground to play cricket. Somu was busy rubbing the cock ball. So who is Somu here? One of his friend, one of Nikhil's friend only is Somu. What was he doing? He was just rubbing the cock ball and jeering at the batsman called Amu. He is just jeering, laughing at Amu. The Amu is only here the batsman. In the game, Amu is to be the batsman, who was squatting, twisting and flexing his gloved palms to play the first shot. Okay, so what was this Amu doing? He was just squatting. Squatting means just sitting on the heels, and twisting and flexing, just bending. Flexing means bending his gloved palms. Gloved palms, gloved means here wearing gloves. Palms to play the first shot. Now Amu, being the batsman, he is with the gloves. He is just ready for the first shot. Now we can see how they are going to play the game. Now the players are ready to play the game. Nikhil was at the boundary, intently waiting to help Somu get his first wicket with the first ball. Intently means eagerly. So, who is eagerly waiting? Nikhil is eagerly waiting to help Somu to get his first wicket with the first ball. Somu, a medium-paced bowler. So, he is not very much expert. He is only medium type player. Okay. Sprinted for a short distance and leapt. So, sprinted, ran very fast. Leapt means just jump. He just being a medium type of player or medium paced bowler, he just sprinted, ran very fast for a short distance and then he just jumped. But bowled as slow paced yet determined throw that met the bat with a thud. That just being a slow paced and determined throw, he was not able to do it very properly. Amu lifted the ball towards the boundary where Nigel joined his hands hurriedly above his form and jumped to get him out. Nigel is just coming nearby the boundary to catch the ball. The ball hit him hard and he winced and dropped the catch. So Nikhil is there, they're just coming forward to catch the ball. He was not able to catch the ball. The ball hit him, hit whom? Hit Nikhil very hard and he winced. Winced here an expression of pain, and he's just, with that pain, he's just trying to catch the ball, but that ball was dropped out. Next, he went on his knees. That means with the help of knees, he is just dragging forward with the hands wide open to catch the ball. But he couldn't. Uncle Rahul rushed to see what had happened. Uncle Rahul is seeing what they are doing from far distance. He is just coming forward to see what is going on in the ground. Nikhil had badly bruised his palms. Bruised means injured, because he got a hit with the ball and the hand is now injured. Somu shouted, "Pack up," as they couldn't enjoy without a fielder. Now, Nikhil is not able to play because his hands, that is fingers, are injured. So that Somu is saying, now we can pack up and move back. Without a fielder, we cannot play the game. Now they are going back. By the time, Uncle Rahul walked up to the boundary and threw the ball at Somu. So now when they are about to pack and go back, Uncle Rahul was watching this and is immediately walking to the boundary and he just threw the ball to Somu and said, "Come on, catch, let's get started." So what's Uncle saying? Come on, catch, let's get started. That means we can just start the game. Despite the pain, Nikhil couldn't help exclaiming. Nikhil was extremely with pain, but to the words of Uncle Rahul, he was just exclaiming, or he was very much surprised. 3 cheers for Uncle. But friends, go slow. He has not played for years. There was 3 cheers. That means these 3 friends are just encouraging Uncle. But Nikhil is saying that, friends, he has not yet played for many years. That means you have to go very slowly with him. Now Uncle Rahul has come to play cricket. So Nikhil is just reminding he has not yet played for long days. So Amu took a step backward as Somu bowled again. So now who is the bowler here? Somu. Amu hit it again. Uncle Rahul's gaze followed the ball as it went up in the air. So the throw was very hard. The ball is just moving in the air, moving in the free air very fast. He positioned himself at the boundary. So who is here? He referred Uncle Rahul. Positioned himself at the boundary, lowered his cupped hands to catch it effortlessly. Okay, what is the uncle doing? With less effort, he is just making the hands to cup shaped and he is about to catch the ball. With less effort only he is going to catch the ball. But the ball was just moving with great speed and got Amu out. So when Uncle Rahul is catching the ball, what happens automatically? Amu is out. Nikhil ran towards him. Nikhil is just rushing towards Uncle and hugged him. It was after all a difficult task and saying to uncle it was very difficult catch because the ball was coming with great speed. Uncle was just a millimeter away from the boundary. Everybody clapped, but the sudden rains spoiled the fun. All of them ran towards the house. So what happened here is Uncle Rahul was a millimeter just away from the boundary. Even though he was away from the boundary, he was able to catch. Everybody appreciated uncle. But what happened is all of a sudden there was a rain in that place, so that they couldn't continue the game. So everybody are returning back home. Amu was the first one to ask Uncle Rahul, "You look so fit and you are miraculously focused." So Amu is saying, you are so fit and miraculously focused. Miraculously means completely unexpected one. Okay. What is it that helps you to concentrate, measure position and still be so cool and composed? How could you take up the correct position or measure the correct position? You have the attitude of a winner. You always have the attitude of a winner. How could you do this? Amu is just questioning uncle. Uncle Rahul smiled and said, "It is yoga." So what was his answer? It is yoga. As a young student, I revised my yoga lessons and excelled in studies and games. So when he was a young child, that same thing he's just revising in his old age also, so that he could be excellent in studies as well as in games. Here he may be excellent in his work or in his job, because everything we do as children calls for energy, focus and stress-free mind. So as a child, when you practice yoga, what happens? We get free mind as well as we get more energy. All these things we get together when we practice yoga. These three are the gifts that we get when we revise our yoga lessons. What are the three things? Calls for energy, that is more energy we get. Focus and stress-free mind. So these are the three lessons that we learn when we practice yoga. Somu asked slowly, "What revision are you talking about?" Somu is again inquiring to uncle, "What revision are you talking about? What do you mean when you say that you revised your yoga lessons?" Somu just want to know in detail what Uncle Rahul has revised and what are these yoga lessons about. Well, we know yoga from the time we were born, quite naturally, just like the animals and birds. So uncle is saying, right from our birth onwards, we practice yoga. That is natural, like animals and birds. Animals and birds also, from their birth time, they even practice yoga. You see, Mother Nature has equipped us with yoga for a healthy mind, body and spirit. So equipped, provided things that are needed. So a mother just provide everything that is necessary for the child. Okay, the rain has stopped. I need to go, concluded Uncle Rahul in an abrupt way. Abrupt way means in a sudden and unexpected way. He did not explain the things in a correct way or completely. He just halfway through he stopped and he said, "Rain has come, I have to go back." That means right from the birth onwards, everybody are practicing yoga. He started likewise and halfway through he stopped. The children did not understand anything. Uncle Rahul, he just started about yoga something and halfway through he just stopped and he is rushing very fast saying that it is heavy rain. "Stop, stop," shouted the boys. That is those three boys, they just want to know more detail about yoga and just asking, Uncle Rahul, stop, stop. Somu pestered means irritating by asking several times. Uncle Rahul and said, Somu several times continuously going on asking to Uncle Rahul. Please explain. You can't leave us without providing this mysterious claim about yoga. So, what is Somu saying? Please explain to us the details of yoga. You cannot go without explaining the details of yoga. Uncle Rahul knew that he had nailed the dart. Nailed the dart means made something certain. Uncle Rahul now knew that he had made some details clear to these children and started. Have you seen a small baby and observed its poses? So, have you ever noticed a baby or seen a baby and seen its positions or its movements? Yes, yes, the three boys shouted. Those three boys very loudly shouted, yes, yes. So, now do you remember who are those three boys? Those three boys are Nikhil, Amu and Somu. Nikhil told Uncle Rahul, I play with my little sister Adya daily since the time she was born. So what is Nikhil saying? Nikhil used to play with her sister, with his sister, that is Adya. Adya is Nikhil's sister from the time she was born. In the last paragraph, we have seen that Nikhil, he was saying about his sister Adya, with whom he used to play. Okay. Next, Uncle Rahul smiled and said, it's easier for me to explain now. Since Nikhil was playing with his sister, Uncle Rahul is saying that it's easy for him to explain the postures of yoga postures or yoga positions. It's easier for me to explain now. Have you noticed that infants learn to turn on their sides and also hold their neck with practice? Infants means small babies. So, have you ever seen small babies? They turn upside down, sideways direction, hold their necks. Likewise, they do different positions, or they turn themselves in different position. Have you ever seen it? Uncle Rahul is just asking. They are flexible. The babies are very flexible. The position whichever they like to move, they would move. They open and close their fist. Fist means the joints of the fingers. So, you might have noticed that small babies, they always simply open their fingers and close their fingers without any reason. It's a type of exercise. They do cycling with their lower limbs. Limbs means hands and legs together, we call it as limbs. Here, small babies used to do cycling with their lower limbs, with their lower legs. They used to do cycling. Next, they learn to turn and lie on their stomach, rest their palms on the bed and raise their body like a little cobra. So, when the small baby, after 6 months, you might have noticed that it used to turn little by little, and with the help of their hands, they used to get the support of the hands and just lift the neck, or just lift the neck or head little bit like a cobra. They hold the position for a while. Like this, they stretch their muscles and slowly learn to sit. So, in the infant period or at the beginning, they just start to rotate themselves or turn themselves and just lift the neck. Later, they themselves try to sit without the support of anybody slowly. To hold, get down from the bed, stand with support and slowly become independent. Independent means not depending on anyone or alone. So, without depending on anyone, the child used to sit and using the hands, it used to stand alone. Then it used to get down from the bed and stand without the support of anything. so that at that small age the child would like to stand independent. Little ones also know to rest by lying down on their stomach with their heads on one side in the crocodile pose. So little ones, they just know to take the position of a crocodile, that is just lying their head to one side with the support of the stomach. You might have seen small babies when they are trying to turn the other side from left to right and right to left, or when they are about to stand likewise, they take different positions. Babies can hold their feet and bring them to the head quite effortlessly in Pavan Mukta Asana. So you can see now in the picture, page number 120, there is a asana shown, Pavan Mukta Asana. Here also the same position or the same postures is done by the child. The child, you can see, when it is born, it is just lying straight. Next, it's trying to lift the leg, then just bend the leg, hold the leg by the hands, then just reach the feet to the head. Likewise, that is only the position of Pavan Mukta Asana. That same position is done by the newborn baby also. Like this, they get rid of gastric problems that are common in children, which lead to acute stomach pain. So, because they don't do any work, because of that the child may get gas problem. All this they get relieved because of this exercise of asana, and also severe stomach pain they may get. Because of doing all these exercises, they can get rid of all the pain. Such yoga postures are my lessons that I revised without fail. So who is I referred here? Uncle Rahul. Uncle Rahul is just saying that these are the postures or these are the positions which I am doing daily to get rid of my pain or to make myself healthy and energetic. Nikhil was dumbfounded. Dumbfounded means unable to speak because of surprise. And so were his friends. Even his friends also was not able to speak anything, because like a small child, Uncle Rahul was able to do the exercise regularly. They had seen it but never connected those antics to yoga poses. These children, that is these three friends, have seen all these postures, but they never connected all these postures to a yoga poses. Now there is a question just given below. Are you convinced that we are born yoga experts? We can just think over and finalize the answer by ourselves. In the last paragraph, we have seen that Uncle Rahul was just explaining the yoga poses. Now, Somu looked at Uncle Rahul and said, "Please tell us about the animals and birds." So, Somu is just asking to Uncle whether he can tell in detail about the poses of animals and birds. Uncle Rahul showed the various poses that reminded the boys of the cat stretch, the cow poses, bird pose, dog pose, and so on. Uncle Rahul is just showing what are the poses or what are the postures that the animals used to do as yoga practice. Then he looked at the boys and said, so now he is saying what are the uses of yoga. Yoga gives us focus, concentration, flexibility and strength. So these are the main use or main importance of practicing yoga. What is the use of practicing yoga? Yoga gives us focus, flexibility, concentration and strength. Amu interrupted Rahul and asked. Interrupted, just interfering when somebody is talking, and asking to Rahul, what are yoga postures? How do they benefit? Amu is just asking to Uncle Rahul, what are these yoga postures? how it is benefited. Uncle Rahul explained, yoga comprises certain postures. Yoga comprises certain postures. It is combined of certain postures. They are, a yoga posture is the comfortable position of the body in a particular position and holding it there. So, what is the position or posture of a yoga posture? That is, it is a comfortable position for a body. And this comes with regular practice. How do we get this comfortable position or comfortable posture? When we regularly or when we daily practice it. In case of any pain or discomfiture, one should not try further. If we have any pain or any discomfiture means feeling of uneasiness. If we have any feeling of uneasiness or difficulty, we need not practice yoga. A yoga instructor knows the best with experience and guides everybody according to their body type. A yoga instructor or the one who is well versed in yoga knows how to practice yoga, which are the bodies should practice yoga and how they should further continue this practice.